What's up, guys? Hey, let me first start this off by saying Happy New Year. It's 2025. We are into a new season. And for all of us in the motorsports industry, season's upon us, man. We're already hitting the ground running. A1 was tonight. It was a phenomenal race. Enough of that. For me, I've been doing this for almost like 2 decades, and it's always been the same program for me. I haven't changed it. Some things have changed, bikes have changed, teammates have changed, but the one thing that's always remained the same is how I handle my program. And it's always based upon what I call the 3 R's. It's relationship, reputation, and revenue. And I hold them in that order. They don't come out of that order. So revenue is always last and relationship is always first, because I'm in this job. I do this job to work with my friends, to meet new people, to make new connections, to form new memories. So this for me is about relationship. How did I come up with this idea? And realizing that I didn't formulate it on my own. It came from my dad, man. Like back in the day when we were in elementary school, my dad used to say, look, I'm not concerned with your grades on your report card. I'm more concerned with your conduct. I don't want to see your grades first. I want to see your conduct first. How are you acting at school? Because he was more concerned with how you were treating your fellow students, the way you were interacting with your teacher, and how you were respecting the rules of the school. Because he said if you did all those things the way they're supposed to be done, then he knew for a fact that your grades were the best that you could do. If you were acting like you're supposed to, the grades would handle themselves. That I always apply that to my life. Like if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, what I want and what I need, it will come to me. And so I realized that in my program, I'm using the same thing. The grades were the revenue. That's the money you get, the payback you get for your hard work or your dedication. And for me, the conduct was your relationship and your reputation. Because if you have good relationships and from those good relationships, you form a good positive reputation, then the money will take care of itself. And so for me, it's all about relationships, man. It's about my friends. I want to work with my friends. That's it. And the more friends I have, the more fun I have. And the more fun I have, ultimately, the better my job is for me. So I don't get wrapped up and twisted into the amount of money you make. Now, that's tough because your friends and your relationships can be tough with your family because they don't always understand. And I love hearing about people. I know enough about myself. Why would I talk about myself all the time? I want to know about them. I want to find out about how are you doing? Because if you're one of my reps, if you're somebody I've dealt with over the course of years, and if you're listening, you already know, and you can chime in that you might get a random text from me one day saying, "How are you doing? What's going on? How was your day?" Because that's what I care about. I know that we have some work to talk about and some money to discuss, but ultimately at the beginning of the day, I want to find out about how you're doing. I want to know what's going on with you because I care about people. I think that people are our greatest resource. The relationships you build are the most important thing you're going to take with you. Money can't go with you, and your friends can't go with you, but your lasting impact on them can. So relationships, reputation, and revenue. Those are the 3 things, the 3 R's. If you can take anything from this that I'm talking about, is that's what's important to me. Those things are important. The relationships that I form, my friends, my colleagues, my teammates, all those things are the most important things to me because people matter to me. And in this industry, it's all about people, and that's what I build up on. So anyway, that's what's important to me. A lot of the times people ask me like, okay, well, of course, relationships are important and reputation is good, but what about the money? Like, what do you eat off of? And I'm not really sure because I don't really keep account. And in this industry, you really never know where people are going to be. I have people that I've worked with that are in new positions in new places that we didn't start our friendship there. They were somewhere else where we were working together, and then they leave there to find something else, and then who knows? They pop up and they give me a call. And if they call and say, "Hey, Ian, will you?" But of course I will, man, because you're my friend. because that's what's important to me is forming friendships, because they make a lasting impact on you. They make a lasting impact on those people, and ultimately, they're going to make a lasting impact on your career. Believe it or not, having good relationships and good friends will carry a lot further than how well you do. Because when you're not doing that great, friends are there for you. So to me, the relationships then spawn good reputation. The reputation is what people talk about you in the industry, who you are, how you work, what you've done. And that to me is important, but not until I lay the foundation of having a good relationship and good friendship with people. And I know if I'm doing those two things right, reputation, relationship, that the revenue will handle itself. Now, we need money. We need money to do the things that we need to do, pay for the things that we need. But if you aren't handling yourself on a personal level, the money, it'll be there because money comes and goes, but it can come a lot quicker to you, and it can go. It can take a little longer for it to dissipate and disappear when you form good connections with people in your industry. And I don't do that because it allows me to have some revenue. I do it because that's just who I am, and I feel like my program will always reflect who I am. And that's why I lay the foundation of relationships, because that's how I operate, man. I operate off connections. I don't operate off of ability. Everybody has ability. We all have the ability to do something. And I think that if you're working what we're doing, stunt riding and wheelies and all that, then it's important. But I also think it's just as important if you have a 9 to 5. If you go to work 9 to 5, you need to have a good connection with your coworkers, with your employer. You need to have that. If you don't, then you're going to work kind of in a foreign environment with people who don't understand you or know you, and you don't understand and know them. So the work happens more slowly, and it's less effective. And to me, that's important. So I base my program almost for the past 2 decades on relationships. That's been how it's been. It's been what's carried me through. People always question like, how did you, what did you, have you? No, I mean, to me, it's just on my friends. I have friends in every part of this industry. We have connected on a different level. Uh, those people to me are my people. That's really it. So there's so many brands that I work with. If you love what you do and who you do it with, it hardly feels like work, and it's going to give you what you need. So I've had a really, really great career, and I'm not planning on changing how I operate. I'm going to always stick to my 3 R's, because I think that those are the best ways for the IG33 program, my program, to sustain, and to operate, and that's how I'm going to keep it. So remember, for me, if you meet me, I'm gonna talk to you a lot. I'm gonna talk to you too much. I'm gonna get to know you. I may ask you some questions you don't want to answer, but I'm gonna check on you, and I'm gonna make sure that we are in a good place as friends first before we start doing business. So to me, it's always gonna be about friendship. Thank you guys so much for listening to this, to my ramble, but I wanted to say this. Remember, 3 R's, lock them in. You pick one, pick two, try all three. I'm not asking you to change what you've done if it's working for you, but for me, those work for me. Thank you guys so much for listening. I wanted to share this with you. It's on my heart. It was in my mind. And I wanted to give you a little bit of insight to who I am and what I do and how I run my program. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for checking out the Grip and Rip podcast. There's plenty of episodes coming. I can't wait to talk to you some more in 2025. And I'll see you guys down the road.